Picture like the most overwhelming sensory overload environment you can possibly imagine. We are talking about 80,000 people packed into AT&T Stadium.
Oh yeah, massive.
Right. And you have this deafening, just earth-shaking roar of the fandom vibrating right through the soles of your shoes.
Oh, I can feel it.
Yeah. And you've got these blinding state-of-the-art stage lights sweeping across an ocean of fans, and they are all there to witness the sheer magnitude of a historic world tour. It is the absolute pinnacle of global spectacle.
Truly.
But then, right in the middle of this massive, deafening triumph, the entire internet just comes to a dead stop.
Completely freezes.
Exactly. And it wasn't for some gravity-defying stage stunt. It wasn't for a surprise guest. The entire K-pop world literally held its breath for a quiet 15-second secret video of a single incredibly intimate moment. Welcome to StarScope K-Report.
Join Eric and Minji as they ride the Hallyu wave, uncovering the biggest K-pop comebacks, shocking industry controversies, and major K-drama updates. From internet-breaking rumors to historic chart milestones, we dive deep into the world of Korean entertainment.
And that is exactly the mission for today's deep dive. We are exploring the headline that absolutely took over every corner of the internet. The headline is, why everyone is sighing over this secret Jimin video.
Oh my gosh, shit.
We are going to break down the timeline, the context, and the incredible aftermath of a moment that nobody was actually supposed to see.
Right. And to truly get to the bottom of this, we are unpacking a massive stack of sources today. Like, we are looking at international news reports from outlets covering the tour, official statements from the charities involved, and, of course, analyzing the intense K-netz and international fan reactions.
We'll have to.
Yeah, you have to. We want to understand the real story behind this viral phenomenon because, as you'll see, the video itself is really only a tiny fraction of the bigger picture.
So true. So let's set the scene properly. We need to tap into that authentic stan energy because you really have to feel the weight of this event. It is August 15th, 2026. BTS is in the middle of their highly anticipated ARRIRANG world tour.
Legendary tour.
Legendary. And they are playing this massive, immersive 360-degree stage at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. 2 sold-out shows. The energy is just electric. This isn't just a concert, it's a cultural event.
Yeah, totally.
And right in the middle of it all, Jimin steps out looking absolutely breathtaking. But his styling, it wasn't just about visuals.
No, not at all.
There was this deep cultural significance to what he was wearing that night, which makes what happens next even more poignant.
Right. The timing of this specific concert is so crucial because August 15th is National Liberation Day in South Korea.
Right.
It is a profoundly important holiday, marking the liberation of Korea from Japanese colonial rule.
Yeah.
So Jimin's appearance that night was a direct, intentional homage to that history. He stepped onto a stage in the middle of Texas wearing a hairstyle that was reminiscent of the Taeguk pattern.
Wow.
Yeah, the central red and blue emblem of the South Korean flag.
Wow.
Furthermore, his costume was specifically inspired by the geon-gon-gam-ri.
The trigrams, right.
Exactly. Those are the 4 black trigrams you see in the corners of the Taeguk, representing heaven, earth, water, and fire.
Just wearing Korea's national identity on a global stage, the pressure and the pride wrapped up in that one outfit must have been immense.
Oh, it is a massive statement. And it requires a very specific kind of stage presence to pull off.
Yeah.
Logistically speaking, a 360-degree stage means the artist is essentially on an island surrounded by a sea of 80,000 people.
Yeah, you're just out there.
Right. There is no traditional backstage to retreat to. You are exposed from every single angle.
Totally.
And security for this kind of setup is military grade.
Oh, I bet.
There is this invisible wall between the performers and the crowd that simply does not get breached during a live set.
Which is exactly what makes the viral moment so shocking. Because Jimin is performing, the crowd is going wild, and suddenly he breaks that invisible wall.
He just goes right through it.
He does. He steps completely off the stage, past the immediate security perimeter, and he approaches a very specific VIP suite in the audience.
Oh my gosh.
He walks up and deliberately kneels down so he is completely at eye level with a 10-year-old girl named Olivia. And Olivia is standing there with a shaved head, actively battling pediatric cancer.
Wow.
The stadium is literally roaring around them, but Jimin just focuses entirely on her. He unclips a black keychain straight from his own National Liberation Day outfit, places it gently into her hands, and leans in to give her a kiss on the cheek.
It's just so beautiful. And the reaction from Olivia is just pure, unfiltered joy. Overwhelmed with happiness, she immediately starts exclaiming, "I got a kiss, I got a kiss." While smiling so brightly, she was entirely lost in the afterglow of that moment.
And when that 15-second clip hit the internet, I mean, the reaction was instantaneous. Domestic K-netz and international fans absolutely flooded social media.
Flooded.
They were calling him a prince from a fairy tale.
Which is accurate.
So accurate. They were praising his benevolent influence. People were saying, how can you not love him? It was just a total emotional meltdown across the entire fandom.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, let's unpack this. If you think about the sheer, unfathomable scale of an 80,000-person stadium, right? The noise, the logistics, the choreography, and then you look at this tiny, quiet interaction.
Right.
It's like using a macro lens to zoom in on a single perfect drop of water in the absolute middle of a raging ocean.
Oh, what a great way to put it.
The contrast is just staggering.
But the craziest part, that interaction wasn't just a random stroke of luck.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there is a hidden reason that specific fan was in that specific seat. And that's not even the wildest part of this story.
Okay, because when I first saw that crowd on my timeline, my immediate thought was, wait a second, the logistics for a BTS tour are impenetrable. You don't just wander into a front row VIP suite.
No, absolutely not.
Especially not a 10-year-old girl. I mean, general admission for these shows is a battlefield.
It's intense.
So how on earth did she get so close?
Well, that specific section was carefully arranged through a massive, organized charity infrastructure operating entirely behind the scenes.
Oh.
Olivia and 4 other young cancer fighters were there, thanks to a partnership between the Texas-based nonprofit Heroes for Children and United Healthcare.
Oh, wow.
But the crucial piece of this puzzle is the Make-A-Wish I Wish to Meet program. We really need to pause and recognize the gravity of this mechanism. Make-A-Wish grants wishes to children facing critical, life-threatening illnesses.
Right.
When these kids are asked what their ultimate dream is, out of anything in the entire world, like a trip to Disney, meeting a superhero, going to space,
Yeah.
this child used her one single ultimate wish to see BTS.
Just let that sink in. Her one wish.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Once the global ARMY fandom realized the context of this video, they didn't just trend hashtags, they mobilized.
Oh, they definitely mobilized.
And we need to talk about how they mobilized, because it wasn't just casual retweeting.
No, not at all.
The viral video was posted on the Heroes for Children's social media accounts, and it absolutely exploded, hitting 5 million views in under 24 hours.
That's incredible.
The fandom saw an organization helping kids with pediatric cancer, you know, kids who are part of their own community, who share their bias, and they immediately took action.
And the financial impact was historic. So Heroes for Children launched a fundraising campaign with what they thought was an ambitious goal of $50,000 to help families dealing with childhood cancer in Texas.
50 grand, okay?
The global ARMY fandom treated that goal like a speed bump.
Speed bump.
They raised over $50,923 in less than a single day.
Right, day one.
Day one. In 2 days, the donations crossed $70,000.
Oh my goodness.
And by August 20th, the campaign had hit over $84,000, which is approximately 117 million Korean won.
That is insane.
Because of this overwhelming wave of voluntary donations, the charity actually had to expand their goal to $100,000.
Wow.
This money goes directly to funding financial assistance for basic needs, social experiences to get these kids out of the hospital, and comfort and care for their families.
See, I have to push back against a narrative that we see all too often in mainstream media, because cynics love to dismiss hardcore fandoms.
Oh, they always do.
They slap the label of obsessed stans on anyone who is deeply invested in K-pop, painting this picture of mindless screaming teenagers who just buy albums.
Right.
But look at the actual mechanism of what happened here. This is what an organized K-pop fandom really looks like. They wield tangible, life-changing socioeconomic power.
Absolutely.
When a fandom like ARMY mobilizes, they operate with the efficiency of a decentralized venture capital firm or like a rapid response NGO.
That is so true.
Fanbase accounts act as verification nodes. Translators instantly localize the charity's donation page into dozens of languages, and flash funds are deployed within minutes.
Minutes, yeah.
They saw a 10-year-old girl experience a moment of joy, and within hours, they actively funded the medical and social support infrastructure for an entire region's pediatric cancer patients. You cannot dismiss that kind of power.
You really can't. And the hospital social worker managing these cases pointed out something beautiful about this structural support. They noted how these experiences bring a profound sense of connectedness and healing.
Yeah.
It proves that the cancer journey isn't just about the endless difficult days and treatments. There can be moments of unimaginable joy, too. What started as a simple gesture, giving a keychain a kiss on the cheek, was amplified by the fandom into a $100,000 safety net for families facing the worst moments of their lives.
It's just so powerful. If you love staying updated on the true power of your favorites, make sure you're subscribed to StarScope K Report. We've got even bigger scoops ahead. And you definitely want to stick around, because later in the deep dive, we'll talk about how this viral Texas moment actually connects to a shocking 10-year-old secret that Jimin has been keeping from the public.
Yeah, because this viral financial ripple effect was sparked by a meticulously planned PR stunt from a massive entertainment agency.
Right, which is usually how it goes.
Exactly. That is how the industry usually operates. Every good deed is leveraged for brand reputation.
Oh, yeah.
But this was actually a rare, accidental glimpse into a quiet pattern of philanthropy that Jimin has maintained for a decade. If we connect this to the bigger picture, you start to see a deeply ingrained habit.
Okay, let's trace his history.
All the way back in 2016, there was another Make-A-Wish incident involving a teenager named Angelica who was battling an incurable illness. Jimin and the members didn't just pose for a quick photo op and leave.
Yeah.
They took the time to write her deeply personal handwritten letters.
Which is incredibly touching. But the philanthropic receipts we have for Jimin over the last decade are just staggering. And what absolutely fascinates me is the sheer mechanics of how he manages to do this anonymously.
It's not easy.
No, I mean, we are talking about one of the most surveilled celebrities on the planet.
It requires an active effort to hide this kind of money in the K-pop industry. Let's look at what has actually been documented. He has made recurring 100 million won donations to numerous provincial offices of education across South Korea.
Oh, wow.
We are talking about Busan, Jinnam, Gangwon, Cheongbuk, Gyeongnam, and Jeonbuk. These donations are specifically to create scholarships for underprivileged students.
I want to pause on that for a second. The fact that he targets provincial offices of education outside of Seoul is such a specific, intentional choice.
Extremely intentional.
He isn't just throwing money at a massive, well-known global charity for a tax write-off. He is actively funneling resources into the infrastructure of regional areas that often get overlooked in favor of the capital.
Precisely. He is stabilizing regional communities.
Yeah.
And the list goes on. In September 2024, he donated 100 million won to support the families of Korean soldiers who have struggled or suffered a loss.
Wow.
In July 2021, he donated 100 million won to Rotary International to help polio patients.
And that Rotary International donation only became public because a local club in South Korea was so grateful they literally printed a physical banner thanking him and hung it up in their town.
Yeah.
If they hadn't done that, nobody would have ever known. HYBE didn't send out a press release. He just did it.
That is the recurring theme here. In February 2023, he donated 100 million won to UNICEF for emergency relief for children affected by the devastating Turkey-Syria earthquake.
Right.
He gave 30 million won for the Busan Habitat Challenge to improve living conditions for the elderly. He donated 100 million won to support firefighters during the massive Gyeongbuk region wildfires.
It's just endless.
And going back to his own roots, when his alma mater, Busan Hudon Elementary, was facing closure, he didn't just send a message. He personally funded the middle school's summer and winter uniforms for the final graduating class and gifted autographed albums to the entire student body.
It is an unbelievable track record, and we really have to contrast this quiet, persistent charity with the absolute surreal magnitude of his superstardom.
Oh, definitely.
Because Jimin is not just famous, he occupies a completely different stratosphere of celebrity. He is literally known in the industry as the idol of idols.
The ultimate role model.
We have members from some of the biggest groups in the world, like Stray Kids, ATEEZ, TXT, and Hypen, all citing him as their role model, studying his mannerisms and stage presence like a textbook.
Yeah, they really look up to him.
And outside of music, he's a global ambassador for luxury houses like Dior and Tiffany & Co. He has had an internet personality undergo 15 plastic surgeries just to look like him.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
When Ryan Gosling played Ken in the Barbie movie, he literally gifted Jimin his character's acoustic guitar because Jimin's permission to dance outfit inspired Ken's look.
His official accolades reflect that same unprecedented level of fame, too. Like, he holds the prestigious 5th-class Hwagwon Order of Cultural Merit awarded by the President of South Korea, and he was appointed as a special presidential envoy for future generations and culture, addressing the international community at the UN.
So what does this all mean? I want to pose a philosophical question. What does it actually say about the modern K-pop industry when a superstar of this unfathomable magnitude, someone who casually achieves Billboard Hot 100 hits, who racks up all kills on the charts, who trends worldwide if he just changes his hair color?
Oh, absolutely true.
What does it say when someone like that prioritizes silent, anonymous charity over highly publicized, agency-driven photo ops?
I mean, it actively subverts the machinery of the K-pop industry.
Right.
The entire idol system is, by design, incredibly visual and heavily curated. Agencies spend millions of dollars crafting the perfect image, maximizing PR for every single good deed to boost brand reputation and drive album sales.
Yes, exactly.
But Jimin's approach completely bypasses that system. By consistently donating privately, where the news only breaks because a local education board leaks it out of gratitude or a Rotary Club hangs a banner, he completely separates his human empathy from his idol persona.
Wow, yeah.
It suggests a deeply grounded understanding of his own influence. He isn't using philanthropy to build the Jimin brand, He's using the wealth and power generated by the brand to quietly stabilize communities.
That's a great way to put it.
It highlights a profound personal integrity that survives despite the surreal, hyper-visible world he inhabits. And it tells us that even in an industry built on constant, blinding spectacle, the most impactful moves are often the ones made when no one is looking. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a KT update or deep dives into the real stories behind the idols.
The contrast between the loudest stadium in Texas and the quietest act of giving is something I don't think I'll ever forget. The fact that he unclipped a piece of his own historically significant outfit to give to that little girl.
Yeah.
It wasn't a prop handed to him by a manager. It was an instinctive human reaction in the middle of a flawlessly choreographed machine.
That instinct is what brings me to a final lingering thought for everyone listening today. We spent this entire deep dive analyzing the mechanics and the aftermath of one 15-second video.
Right.
But remember, this massive stadium interaction only went viral because it was the rare moment caught on camera by a fan's phone.
Just lucky timing.
Exactly. The lens just happened to be pointed in the right direction. If this is the kind of quiet, profound connection that happens when the cameras accidentally catch it, how many hundreds of silent, life-changing interactions occur backstage, in hospital rooms, or in private letters that the fandom and the media will never, ever see?
You've been listening to StarScope K-Report, where Eric and Minji bring you the stories shaping K-pop, K-dramas, and the global Hallyu wave. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.